Hi everyone, today I'm going to do a little experiment. A few months ago I tried to paint with gouache on canvas. It was a primed canvas, so I bought it already primed, so there was gesso on it. And I thought it worked pretty well. I had read about it first to make sure that it was possible, and what I read was that it might be actually better to paint on unprimed canvas. It would work better. The reason is because you might use a lot of water with gouache, it might just pearl off the canvas. And I did notice that when I was painting, I made sure that I didn't use too much water with the gouache. And when I didn't use too much water, then it worked really well. And I really liked what it looked like. So today I wanted to paint on unprimed canvas, and I do not have an actual canvas that's not primed. They're all pre-primed by the manufacturers. But I did think of one thing that I could try. It's one of my sketchbooks, and it is covered with canvas. I had used one before. The brand is Handbook, and it's distributed by Speedball. So the ones I use are watercolor journals, but really the paper inside doesn't matter because I just wanted to decorate the cover, which is covered with canvas, unprimed canvas. So the very first one that I bought several years ago, I had actually put some gesso on it, special watercolor gesso, and I painted a watercolor on top. And I thought it was pretty neat to decorate the cover of a sketchbook. Often the covers are too smooth, so I just put stickers on them. But when you have a nice texture that you can use, I think it's interesting to experiment. So here I have a new watercolor journal by Handbook, and the cover is a canvas, and it's not primed. So it was my opportunity to try painting with gouache on unprimed canvas. I didn't think it would be exactly the same as using a real canvas because it's actually covering probably a piece of cardboard, which probably will retain some water. But considering you use gouache on paper all the time, which absorbs water as well, I thought that would still work anyway. So here it is. This is my experiment, and it was actually pretty interesting. It was very different than when I used primed canvas in the sense that it really absorbed the water and the paint felt very dry. I was doing a lot of dry brushing, so I started using more and more water with my paint. And I had to use several layers to make sure I didn't see the color of the canvas through the paint. And also at certain angles because the paint was not covering all of the different sides of the little ridges of the canvas. So it was a much different experience. With a primed canvas, the paint was gliding a lot more, almost to the point of gliding off if there was too much water. With this unprimed canvas, the paint was not moving with not much water, and I really had to use a lot of water to cover the surface. Now, I'm not sure if I would do that again because it felt like I was fighting the surface. And at the beginning, it was a little frustrating because when you use gouache, what makes it fun is how creamy it is and how easily it applies on the paper. With this, I really had to work it, and it was a bit more effort. That said, it blended very well, and it did a better job depending on which brush I was using. I just hope I didn't really damage the brushes too much from scrubbing to try to saturate the canvas with the paint. But now when I look at the result, I really like the painting. I like how it really stands out on the natural color of the canvas. And I also like how the matte finish of the paint almost makes it look like it was silk printed on the canvas. It's really cool. That said, again, because it's water soluble, I'm afraid that if I drop any water on it, especially since it's a watercolor journal, I'm going to use a lot of water around this journal. I should probably protect this painting, and I'm thinking about using the Dorland wax, which will make it a little bit shinier, but not super glossy. And I don't know, I'm just wondering what finish and how good it will look after I put the wax on. But then again, it's an experiment, so we shall see. So this was a fun project. I'm glad I tried. It was really not that hard. It was just different than working on paper. But the result is very nice, and I'm very proud of this painting. I'm really happy with it. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're brand new here, please consider subscribing to this channel. I'll see you soon with another video. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye.